Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday live at Circus Sports Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs, the national championship game tonight. And looking forward to that. They'll be showing it here, and obviously you can come wager on it if you feel so inclined.
Absolutely. Chase, break the news.
Looks like North Carolina has their man as they have hired Joe Dubin to be their new head coach.
I can't wait to get started. We're going to do all we're going to do is do full court press and go full throttle.
The triangle offense?
No, we're up and down. There's no passing. You just take it and shoot.
Okay. No, North Carolina intends to hire longtime NBA coach Michael Malone as the school's next basketball coach, according to Pete Thamel. He's an NBA championship coach with the Denver Nuggets in that 22-23 season. He's won 510 games in the association. He now goes to Carolina. So they're doing with basketball what they did with football and hiring a guy that's won a lot at the pro level but not at the college level.
Yeah, and Michael Malone has been an assistant at Oakland, Providence, Manhattan, with the Knicks for 5 seasons, the Cavs for 6 seasons, the Hornets for 4 seasons, the Warriors for 3 seasons, and he was head coach of the Kings for 2 seasons, and the Nuggets for 11 seasons, winning the NBA championship in 2023. So he has very little. He hasn't coached in college since 2001, and that was at Manhattan.
You left out his time at Friends School of Baltimore. What is that?
That's where you go when you get in trouble, I guess. I don't know.
You learn about Joey and Chandler and Monica.
That's a good one. I don't understand, but nobody asked me my opinion on this. And the Nuggets fired him a year ago. Then he's been on NBA Countdown since then. So, yeah, I guess Billy Donovan said no, and other coaches. And look,
yeah, I mean they keep being told no.
And I get it. Look, that's a big-time job, right? I mean, there's a lot of pressure in that job. And so a lot of coaches, I'm like, I don't want to have that. I got enough pressure with the NIL and winning games that I'm good where I am right now. So it might have been a hard sell to get that job. I mean, who knows? But that is the job in college basketball, is being the head coach at North Carolina. And now they've got their guy.
Well, good for them. So we'll see what that means moving forward. But it's draft season. It's time to get into the draft. Are you excited?
That's like when you go with the girl and you know it's not going anywhere, and she's like, anyway, hope you die. Go to hell. So just moving on. Good. Yeah, draft. So the draft is 17 days.
Yeah,
so the 23rd. Close. So now I'm good. I'm good with your little silly list you pull out now because they're a lot of fun. Okay. Now the draft is tangible, right? You can feel the draft. So let's go.
So this is Bill Barnwell from ESPN does this every year. It's basically every pick is a trade. And these are the trades that he feels would be the best for that pick.
Okay.
For all 32 picks in round number 1. So I'm gonna start with the Raiders because there's a reason that I'm gonna kind of lead up this.
Sure, because they're first overall pick.
Yeah. He says the Raiders will make a deal with the New York Jets. The Jets get the number 1 overall pick. The Raiders get pick number 2, the 33rd pick, and pick 103. I think they got to do a hell of a lot more if you're giving up the first overall pick, but okay. So he likes that with the Jets.
Does he tell us who they're going to pick, or this is just trades?
Just trades.
Come on, Bill.
Yeah, I don't want to read the whole thing, but yeah, in an ideal world, if he goes, what might be at least a tiny bit more plausible though is a scenario in which the Raiders don't feel quite as enthusiastic about Mendoza as people think. Perhaps they prefer Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson, as ESPN's Dan Orlovsky does after he evaluated both passers closely. Maybe they don't have a strong opinion about the two of them and just want to make sure they end up with one of the 2 potential franchise starters.
All right.
He goes on and on about this of what, again, that's how the piece goes. The New York Jets, the number 2 overall pick, the trade they could make. They send that pick to the Tennessee Titans. The Titans send back the 4th overall pick, the 3rd rounder, the 66th pick, and a 2027 4th-round pick.
All day.
All day I do it and take love.
Yep.
I do it.
The Jets will not be that stupid to do that.
No. They're stupid, but not that stupid.
No.
Bill.
We need to see what Bill does on his lunch break, how much he has to drink.
He has the Cardinals trading with the Commanders. The Commanders move up to 3. Cardinals get 7 and a 2027 second-round pick.
Now, I'm telling you right now.
I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, either 2 or 3, the Jets or the Cardinals are going to screw this up for the Titans somehow, some way.
The Titans trade the 4th overall pick to the Chiefs. The Chiefs get 4, 142, and 184 for 9 and 40. He says if the Titans aren't drafting Love, moving down to the bottom of the top 10 might make sense. They could look at offensive tackle with the expectation that someone like Magoa could start his career at right guard before moving to left tackle and taking over for Dan Moore after the Titans eventually move on from the free agent's disappointing contract next offseason. Hybrid guys such as Styles and Caleb Downs could also still be on the board at 9. Heck, there's a chance Love still might be available with the 9th pick.
Obviously, Bill Barnwell knows very little about the Titans, but that's okay, though.
Yep.
So, go back. So, the Titans give up their second-round pick on this?
No, the Titans get a extra second-round pick.
Okay.
They give up their 4, and they get 9.
All right.
And then give up their 5th rounder, one of their 5th rounders, and a 6th rounder.
And keep 2 second-rounders.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
I don't hate that.
They're not taking a tackle. They're not taking a tackle.
He's just saying, like, potential players that could
I know, but that's the first thing he said. They're not taking an offensive lineman. They're not doing that.
He says Titans GM Mike Berganzi came over from KC, so I suspect Brett Veach won't have trouble reaching his former colleague. The Chiefs aren't going to draft this high very often, so there is a chance for them to find the sort of difference maker they're going to struggle in consistently finding in the bottom quarter of the first round. Could that be Tate, who would be interesting to just about every team in the 5 to 8 range? I lean more towards Bailey, who would give Steve Spagnuolo a sort of hyper-athletic edge rusher he hasn't had in a while in Kansas City. Trading a second-round pick would be difficult for a team that needs an influx of young talent, but the Chiefs would still have the 29th selection to play around with after sending Trent McDuffie to the Rams, and the Titans, who have plenty of extra day 3 picks, would turn 2 of them into a premium selection, giving Borgonzi 3 top 40 selections. This one rates as a near perfectly even swap on the Jimmy Johnson chart.
Okay. That's a lot to go in right there. Look,
I wouldn't hate that. I really wouldn't hate that.
So
if you got 3 picks in the top 40.
Right. If you're at 4 and 2 and 3 are gone, Love and Bain are gone, and you're at 4, do you hold still? Because you're not going to get Bailey or Reese from Ohio, or the 2 boys from Texas Tech and Ohio State. Then trade down. I don't know who's left. I mean, you got to.
I like Downs. I mean, if Downs is there at 9.
Yeah, but is he going to? I mean, they could go earlier. I don't know. I just think you're going to have all these different scenarios on draft night, because I truly think the Jets or the Cardinals are going to screw this up, and
I do too.
I tell you, I think Cowboys, man. I bounce to number 2, give a lot of things, and take Jeremiah Love. Jerry Jones would love to have Jeremiah Love. Would love to have him, obviously, on his team at number 2, and that could screw a lot of things up.
So let's ask you guys this question. Bill Barnwell, in his annual trades draft, has 2 different scenarios early on involving the Titans. And let me look. I haven't even looked down the board. Maybe there's more. But with early scenarios, he has the Titans trading pick 4, pick 66, and a 2027 4th to the Jets to get the 2nd overall pick. Or he has the Titans trading the 4th overall pick to Kansas City with a 5th rounder and a 6th rounder to get the 9th overall pick and the 40th overall pick. Would you consider either one of those scenarios? 615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We'll have more on that next. Tee up with us at the 5th Annual 615 Open, May 28th at Hermitage Golf Course. We're once again supporting Folds of Honor to help them fund life-changing scholarships for families of America's fallen heroes. Register now or to play or sponsor at 615open.com. Chasing Big Joe on a Monday. We've been talking a lot of basketball and the tournament. Appreciate Toyota, Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery, Maple Street Biscuit Company, Thompson Machinery, and Pizzona MD for being a part of our coverage this year on that. Appreciate that, y'all. There is we're looking at Bill Barnwell's trade scenarios for every pick in the draft, and I don't like this one as much. The Titans move up to 2. They give up 4, 66, and a 27 fourth-round pick. And then he also has a scenario where they trade with Kansas City, and the Titans get 9 and 40 in this year's draft. KC gets 4, and then a fifth-rounder and a sixth-rounder. There's another one later in the draft that I'm intrigued by that I would be curious of you, Joe, and that is
Are you?
He has the the Titans make a trade with the Buffalo Bills.
Uh-oh.
They give up the second rounder 35 and the third rounder 66, but acquire. They move back into the first round to get 26. They get pick 168 in the fifth rounder and wide receiver Keon Coleman.
No, we got enough receivers. We're good. We're like I'm on the
I'm
staff.
a little intrigued by that, man. And here's the thing: if I were Borgonzi, and they make the deal with Kansas City, so they move back to 9, and you get pick 40, so you get an extra second round pick. I'm okay giving up 35 and 66, knowing that I'm getting an extra first rounder.
Okay,
and I'm getting Coleman. You still need. I mean. They need
how many receivers you going to have? I mean,
they need to
draft 15.
They still need to draft a receiver, and I think there's a lot of upside to Coleman.
All right, why does Buffalo want to get rid of him? Didn't that Floyd that won this thing like? Yeah,
well, that is true.
Why does a team want to get rid of that? Listen, I like go back to the Chiefs trade for a second. So the Titans would get 9,
40, and then
but they'd keep their 35 pick right there.
They'd get 9 and 40, and they'd give up 4, 142, and 184.
So they'd still have their.
And I think they have a couple of fifth round picks, and I think they have a couple of sixth round picks. So I'm not really concerned.
My thing is, if I'm the Titans, I'd like to get 4 picks in the top 100.
You'd have it if you did this.
Yeah, I want 4 picks in the top 100.
You'd have 9, 35, 40, and 66.
All right, what would the Bills give me? And then you'd have 2 in the top 26, right?
The Bills would give you you'd move back into the first round, so they'd give you 26. They'd give you 26, 168, and then Coleman. And you're giving them 35 and 66. So you would have you'd have 2 first round picks, and then you wouldn't pick again until the fourth round.
So you're keeping your first-round pick at 4.
Mm-hmm. Well, if what I'm saying would be a good scenario is to do the deal with the Chiefs,
okay,
and then do the deal with Buffalo, where you would have 9, 26, 40
plus 35.
No, you're trading 35.
Okay.
You're trading 35 and 66.
So you got 3 of the top 40.
But you're moving back into the first round. So you'd have 2 first-round picks, and you'd have a second-rounder at 40, and you'd get Keon Coleman.
I'd do that. So you got 3 of the top 40 you get.
Yes.
And then Keon Coleman. Okay. Yeah. I would do that.
Because, I value Coleman right now as really he's probably like a fourth-rounder.
Okay. You need impact players, right? Mm-hmm. I really don't care about the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. I really don't. But I care about those 4 picks in the top 100, those 3 in the top 40. You need guys who come in and play now, now. And I think with that, you have those guys that come in and play right now. Then intriguing, though, but at 9, if you stay at 9, Love's going to be gone, Bain's gone, all your guys are gone that you're looking at are going to be gone.
So if you look at I'm going to pull up one of these 5. This is Chad Reuter, who did the 5-round draft. So in this scenario, based on that, he had the Titans taking Bailey at 4. Love goes the next pick. 9. He's got Reuben Bain dropping to 9 at Kansas City.
I don't see how it's going to happen.
So if you made that move and you move back to 9 and Bain's there.
Okay. I could see that. I'm more concerned about what's happening at 2 and 3. I think Mendoza's going to the Raiders. They love him. His pro day was terrible. But Pro Day to me does not make or break your guy. I think Pro Day is absolutely worthless unless you're a guy on the fringe, 4th, 5th, 6th round pick. So Mendoza's gone. It's the 2 and 3 I'm worried about. It's the 2 and 3 with the Jets and with the Cardinals. They're somehow going to screw this up.
So I'm glad you brought that up because he has a scenario in here. You mentioned a team out of Texas that could come in here and screw things up.
Right.
His scenario, the Dallas Cowboys make a deal with the Jets.
Uh-oh.
The Cowboys get the 2nd overall pick and a 2027 5th. The Jets get pick number 12 in this year's draft, pick 112 in this year's draft, a 2027 first, and a 2027 third.
Yeah.
And Dallas would move up and likely take Jeremiah Love.
I think Jerry would want another upper pick this year, a 2nd or 3rd rounder this year.
So if the Cowboys are willing to do this deal, they move all the way up behind the Raiders, who presumably are going quarterback at 1. Does Jerry want Reese, Bailey, Baines, Styles? Doesn't matter. He can get whoever he wants to make an immediate impact for the Cowboys at 2.
Who's going to get people
off?
And
the Cowboys would still hold the 20th pick.
Who's going to get people off their butt with that 2nd pick? There's
Love.
one, Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one. He's the.
No, they still need. I mean, they need pass rush help. They're like the Titans. Like they still need some pass rush.
Who's the running back for the Cowboys right now?
It's Williams.
Exactly. You got to Google it. That's how we don't know who it is.
He was good last year.
Javonte Williams was good.
Javonte Williams, yeah.
Hey, man. No, might ask you this part of the conversation.
Be nice.
That's okay.
Thank you, Nick.
Not at all. But
also, I'm out on Keon Coleman, by the way. Off the field issues.
Why are you because of that?
Yeah, I mean, he's late to meetings. He's not getting the certain, I guess, targets in games because he's not checked into the games. Even Deion Dawkins told him after, I think, week 3 or week 4 to say, grow up. I mean, that's a bit of an issue. If there's a wide receiver out there that's a second-year guy and a vet's telling him to grow up, I think it's time to move on from that.
How many times have you told that every day by a certain host?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. So it makes me question my occupation, but that's all right.
You're the glue that holds this show together,
Michael and Madison says the Bills can keep Coleman away from this team. Thanks, but no thanks.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I mean, he's talented, but
he's talented.
Bring him in when he has a bad attitude. Watch Saleh kick him to the 300 level at Nissan Stadium. I'd like to see that.
Was he? Where'd he go? Florida State.
Just launch him. Where was he before Florida State?
Michigan State.
Michigan State. Yep.
It just sounds like Jarvis Brownlee 2.0 with the attitude stuff. I don't want none of that.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Ugh. Nope. And
so here's what
they need good culture, that locker room.
This is what he's done in 2 years in Buffalo. 2024, 13 games, 29 catches, 556 yards, 4 touches. The next year, 13 games, 38 catches, 404 yards, 4 touches.
And wasn't he inactive for several games? Yeah.
He's only played 26 games in 2 years.
Oh, you don't. I mean, that's the last thing that Robert Saleh
I'm
needs.
out. You're right. Yep. You guys have convinced me. I'm out.
That was easy. Good job, Dr. Crane.
Thank you.
Well done on that. Listen, I
let me keep my. You do that deal with Buffalo. Let me keep my 3rd round pick, and we're good.
I think these are all great. Again, I mean, the trade thing, and that's all the hypotheticals like that. Because something's going to happen draft night. And that's why I think Borganti and them are going to have like 18 different scenarios. And if they won't Love, if Love and Bain are gone at 2 and 3, and they were high on their draft board, do you trade down? But if you trade down, you're not going to get the other 2 guys right there. I don't know what else you need.
All right, both of you.
You're not taking a tackle. Let's stop with all these national guys. They're not taking an offensive lineman. They're not doing it. Skoronski is really coming to himself. Latham showed a little improvement last year. Maybe a new staff could help him out. You get that center in there, whoever that's going to be. Is it the right guard that we need to work on? Is Zeitler? We don't know yet. And if Dan Moore could stop acting like he's a Walmart greeter and get off his ass and play a little bit better, there's some balance there, but it remains to be seen.
Is there a scenario in your mind where Skoronski could move out?
Never.
Or do you think he's just that's what he's meant to be? He's a guard.
No, he's a guard. I mean, you at the transition from being power to now setting the edge, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Skoronski's good where he is.
Okay, both of you don't think about this. First thing that comes to mind, yes or no. Joe, you first. Do they pick at 4?
Yes.
Nick, do they pick at 4?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Now-
still on yes.
Now, is the guy they want going to be there at 4? I've
I think
convinced
that could
myself
change
he's
everything.
gone.
Yep.
Because if he does that, if Jerry does that, you're going to catch hell from me.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
No, you will. You little Cowboys over there.
Look, I'd be mad.
And
about
I would
it
let
too.
Solon Borganti know that the host of this very popular midday show is a huge Cowboy fan.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Right?
Ricky says not our Ricky. Bain isn't high on their draft board. How do you know what their draft board looks like?
Ricky, are you part of the cleanup crew over there going there to snap a shot on the board when everybody's gone?
Saleh has never been on a team that's drafted an edge in the first round with under 33-inch arms. Bain is under 31.
Oh, my God. Please stop this talk with the arms. Please stop the talk with the arms. Stop. Put on the 4 games in the college football playoff and watch him work. Watch it. Even Tim Hausbeck's like, I knew that dude was special. Jason Taylor, his Hall of Fame coach at Miami, has said this dude is special. Right? He doesn't say about all the guys. Bain is a changer, man. He goes right after that.
He is. But look, you guys have as much as I love Reuben Bain, if Jeremiah Love is there, I think you have to go with the playmaker, the offensive playmaker. And I understand Robert Saleh said defensive guys are playmakers too, and he's not wrong. But you got to give the quarterback weapons.
In honor of Reuben Bain, can I throw this question out to our audience and let him you guys text in? In honor of Reuben Bain, where in Middle Tennessee can you get the best Reuben? I'm very hungry, and I love Reuben. Where in Middle Tennessee can you get the best Reuben?
If you want your restaurant mentioned, together at cromwellmedia.com, ask for Sean.
I will be taking notes on this. Where can you get the best Reuben? Yes.
Okay.
615-737-1025. Let us know.
We'll discuss that and much more next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. All right, Dr. Crane, I feel you, man. Got a good little groove going today. It's good stuff.
Great song right there.
I love this song. What were we talking about? Rubens.
In honor of the Titans potentially drafting Reuben Bain, where's the best Reuben in town?
Let me throw this is a trade scenario. Ryan in Florida says, trade Levis to the Cardinals or Jacksonville. What do you think?
I think Jacksonville is the one because the relationship with him and Liam Cohen, but he's not going to play. I mean, unless Lawrence goes down. So, yeah.
Justin in Greenbrier says, I had a good Reuben at Nashville.
Oh, that's a good one.
4312 says the Depot in Springfield has an amazing Reuben.
Depot, I'm writing these down. Springfield.
7644, the best Reuben is at Quinn's Neighborhood Pub in Franklin, the Motley Creuben.
That's a pretty good one. We've had that one.
Yep. So that is a good one. There you go. There's some Reuben. Now I'm hungry. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
I'm going to go over to Pie Rollers here and see. But can you make me a Reuben?
Like, sure. You have that pepper on your sausage.
So there you go. Thank you. I'm just ready. Like now, I'm at the point where I'm so ready for the draft to get here, so we can there's going to be players we've been talking about for 6 months that they don't take. And it's like, all right, now I got to learn these new guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that the anticipation now is really good because again, we don't know it. 2 with the Jets, 3 the Cardinals are going to do, and the Cardinals have so many needs. And so do the Jets. I could just see both of those teams trading out of that to a team that's needs to move up, and then they get a bunch of assets because of that. And the same goes for the Cardinals. I mean, they need a quarterback. They need all kind of things that team needs. And the Titans sit there at 4. Now, could the Titans move up to 2? Is it worth it? What do you give up for that? I know Bill Barnwell had mentioned that was the Titans scenario, right? Trading from 4 to 2, when that Bill Barnwell said?
Yep.
So maybe they do. I don't know. But the Jets and the Cardinals hold a lot of cachet right now, 17 days out. See what happens. I still think Jerry Jones is going to play that hard and heavy and say, all right, I want number 2. I'll give you my other 2 first-rounders. But don't they have 2 first-rounders, the Cowboys?
Yep.
You can have my other 2 and that's it. You think he would trade up? Give me number 2, and I'll give you, and that's it. There's no second, third, fourth, fifth round nonsense. Straight up trade. And he's got his guy. Boom. Yeah. And there's love.
That could be an interesting scenario for sure. I don't know. Coach K was on the Pat McAfee show reacting to Mike Malone going to Carolina. He said, quote, "They had an NFL champion hired as the coach, and Duke beat Carolina in football this year."
Yes. I thought you were going to say, "Oh, he's a great coach. Will fit in great over there." I think the Duke Carolina hatred is real.
Oh, it is real.
And the Duke coach is our buddy from Alvarez, right? Manny Alvarez from MTSU. Yeah, that's right. The Belichick thing is still – I give him one more year, and that's out. I mean, that's a disaster.
Yeah.
That entire thing. Take his son, the coach in waiting, with him with his man bun. Hit the road, Jack.
CBS has found the show that will take over the 11:30 time slot after Stephen Colbert exits The Late Show. It'll be Comics Unleashed, the stand-up show by Byron Allen.
Really? That's on now. It's on syndication now, that show is.
I got it.
There's a couple of comedians sitting around. I don't know if you watch the Gutfield show on Fox at night is like destroying all those shows. And this is 5 people sitting around yapping about life. So maybe they see that as a way to get it done.
Yeah.
I don't know with all that, but that's
it's sad. And by the way, apparently all the Lady Vols basketball team has entered the portal.
They don't have a single player on the team right now. No. I wrote that down in my little notes.
Lady Vols guard and former 5-star recruit Jada Civil has entered the portal, leaving Coach Kim Caldwell with 0 players on the roster.
Good Lord.
Civil, one of the top players in 2025, will enter the portal after just 1 season on Rocky Top.
Wow. That's it. It's a whole new world, man.
Does she survive the offseason now? If you got no players?
Well, once other people start getting involved, air quote boosters start getting involved, then your days are numbered. And then, you fire the other girl that was there. Who was the girl before her? Kelly Jolly?
Kelly Jolly, yeah.
Kelly Jolly, who's she at Missouri now, I think?
I think so. I never understood that.
Yeah,
that move.
You got rid of her, and then because go outside the family. Kelly Harper, go outside sometimes it doesn't work, right?
Yeah, she's in Missouri.
At Missouri. Yeah, they probably won't have her back. But that's crazy, man. No players on your team right now. I mean, you got plenty of time to figure it out, but at the same time, did you watch that UCLA South Carolina? And that UCLA team yesterday was a force.
They were.
Good Lord, they were a force in when their national championship for basketball. But it's who knows, man? What's going to go on with all that?
Kenny the mailman wants to weigh in on the Titans. Kenny, what's up?
Well, Chase, really, I need you to concentrate because I got a trade scenario for you that might be a little complicated. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
If age were not a big factor, would you trade Joe Dubin for George Plaster?
Man.
A heartbeat.
That's a tough one because I obviously am fans of both.
It's a hard pick because both of them have worked at about 14 different places. That might be a little tricky.
That's true.
Right.
I need a third rounder coming back.
Well, we'll talk. Weather Girl?
Let's stay away from that one, Kenny.
I was listening Friday at 1:30 p.m., and y'all had one of your greatest callers of all time. Do either one of y'all remember it?
Oh, my gosh. Was it you?
I've slept since then.
No. There's a young man called, and he was between jobs, and he said he was going through anxiety and had other things happen in life. And he loved listening to the end of your show just for Joe's closing.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, we talk about trade scenarios and batting averages and what's the spread on the game. That is an important call, and what you did is an important service for people. So I love sports and everything, but when you put on a show where you can get a call like that, that is amazing, and I'd like to hear more of that. Hey, y'all have a great afternoon.
You too, Kenny. Appreciate it. And,
Thank you,
yeah, we do appreciate that call on Friday.
So I hope CC calls back, and he calls back. I know he will soon with great news of a great job that he's got. So, CC, if you're listening, man, I prayed for you all this weekend, buddy. I hope that opportunity comes, and I'm pretty sure it will.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt it will. It's Chase and Big Joe on this Monday. We'll have more coming here from Circus Sports. John McClain at the top of the hour on 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday, live at Circus Sports in Kentucky. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe.
All right, so I got a list here. The AP all-time college football number one teams ranked from the beginning of the AP poll, whatever that was in the 30s, to the year 2000, all right? Then I've got the poll from 2001 to 2026, and to see how some teams have jumped up, these are teams that have been ranked number one in the AP. From the start of the AP poll to 2000, Notre Dame was ranked number one 95 weeks. Number one. They were the number one team, the number one of all time from that point on. Number two, Ohio State 72, Oklahoma 71, Nebraska 61, Florida State 59, and a few others after that. So Notre Dame had 95, all right? Alabama had only been ranked number one 31 times from the beginning of the poll to 2000. Since then, Alabama has been ranked 25 seasons. Alabama's gone from being ranked 31 weeks at number one to 141. You talk about dominance. Nick Saban, dominance. 110 weeks they've been ranked number one since 2001 to 2026. That is amazing. Notre Dame has only been ranked 3 times number one in 25 years. They went from 95 to 98. Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Alabama jumped them to get up there. Now, 12 in the previous poll, Army had been ranked number one 27 times. Michigan State, 29. I mean, there's some classic teams. Miami was at 38. Miami has been ranked number one 30 times since this poll came out. If you ever wonder about the dominance of Alabama football when it comes to polls and rankings, 110 weeks they've been in the number one position from 2001 to 2026. Ohio State is second with 120. Oklahoma is third with 101. Notre Dame fourth at 98. And then USC is fifth at 91. LSU, Florida, Texas, and Georgia are all way behind 54-50. But I'm telling you, the dominance we saw there from Alabama football ranked number one, it just blew me away. And the fact that Notre Dame's only been ranked for 3 weeks number one in 25 seasons is something else. So you want to say about Nick Saban? Well, there you go. Far beyond the national championships, guys in the pros, but being on top, ranked number one like that for so long, it's crazy, man.
Do you think they get back there?
No. I don't think anybody gets back there. Yeah. I think the parity is so strong now that it'll never happen again.
We haven't talked about this. What do you think about the executive order that basically says 5 years is what you get? You can only transfer one time without sitting out.
Government, stay the hell out of sports.
I understand that.
Stay out.
But they've been asking for it. You've had Saban. You've had
stay
commissioners.
I don't want it.
You've had and it's because the NCAA won't get off their ass and do what they're supposed to do.
Well, maybe they should. Government needs to stay out of sports.
I agree with you.
They can't regulate anything. They can't take everything in Washington. They don't need to be involved in sports.
I agree with you. But if a lot of prominent people from college athletics keep asking for it, now they got it.
No, who you got? Saban. Who else was on the little
Sankey.
panel? Sankey. Was
it's
Urban Meyer down
It's been
there.
a lot of people that
that's just the easy way to hand it off. No, figure it out on your own.
Because they know the NCAA won't do it.
Okay. Then break away from the NCAA. Find something else. Do not let the government get involved in this. That came out, there were so many comments. Yeah. I bet it was 98% stay away from all this. The government has shown they can't do anything like that. Stay out of it. We don't need you in that part of it. Handle your own stuff for once. And they're going to have to – look, it's coming down the track, man. It's already wrecking college sports as it is with the NIL and everything. Yeah. Who knows what happens?
The order directs the NCAA to create rules that mandate college athletes can play for no more than 5-year period and allows them to transfer schools only once before they graduate without having to sit out a season. The rule changes are scheduled to go into effect August 1st. A school that plays an athlete who doesn't meet these new limits could risk losing its federal funding.
Then you're threatening people, bullying people. I just stay out of it. And the fact of All right, so with this, can we apply this to coaches? You can't leave for another job. You can't leave for another job. I can't transfer. You can't only one time. You can only leave for one job. Let's don't do that.
I agree. Look, we've talked about this, that the NCAA need to have a true off season and put rules in place that a coach can't leave before the season's done.
Agreed.
I'm good with the 5 years, and I agree you should only be able to transfer one time without penalty.
Okay.
Now look, if you go to the school and you apply and it's like, hey, my mom's dying of cancer, I need to transfer closer. Like, okay, there can be exceptions, but I think that I mean, I've always thought you should get one.
I think you can transfer as much as you want. I don't care. You can do all that stuff. That's fine. If you don't like, if I'm at one school, I go, let's go, man, this isn't fit for me here.
But
are you screwed?
I mean, I hear what you're saying with the coaches, because the coaches can move and go, come and go as they please. So.
I just think they need to handle it their own and figure it on their own and go forward that way and not get other people involved in the mess here that goes on, because it gets so complicated and blown out of proportion and too many cooks in the kitchen, all that other nonsense that goes along with that. Just figure it out, but something's got to happen. Something needs to be done when you got guys who transfer into 9 schools in 4 seasons. I mean, there needs to be a limit at some point. Maybe 3 for me. I don't mind, because you get in the job world, you can move around as much as you want, but these are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids who a lot of times are getting bad advice to do that. I don't know. Just stay out of it.
Coming up next, we'll talk to John McClain, talk some NFL with him. That's all I had. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.